What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto. Welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. Now, I'm going to give you a quick, those that don't understand me, those that have just come onto YouTube, whether it's 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, a couple of months ago, 5 months ago, a month ago, whatever it be. You don't know J.Cotto, you don't know hashtag come back to boxing. Well, allow me to reintroduce myself. You know what I mean? I've been watching YouTube for quite a bit, but I decided to get on in 2012 because of the stance on what was going on with the Pacquiao and the Mayweather thing that's been going on. My stance on the Mayweather thing, because I had to fry a lot of casuals and a lot of fucking flow-mos, and I don't say that, and I don't, and when I say flow-mo, it's not for anyone to misconstrue it behind any agenda that they have as to it calling somebody a black person or anything as to that. I've already explained myself, but since I'm reintroducing myself, let me explain to you exactly what my stance and my meaning as to what a flow mo means, and that also goes for pack tard, war tard, glove tard, canelmo, or anything that has to attach anything to your fighter as to you being a fanboy or a fanatic or a crazed motherfucker, right? For your fighter, Well, when I say that, the meaning is a fanatic of Flomo, right? A Floyd Mayweather Jr. just over exaggerating, reaching all the time, and always giving accolades and achievements that don't belong. Okay, that's my take on the Flomo. And everybody that has followed hashtag come back to boxing, every time they debated on other boxing forums, on other social media platforms, and they use that, that's what it was. Same thing with Pactar. I didn't make that up, but to me, that's my stance on it. Same thing with Flomo. I didn't make that up, but to me, that's my stance on it. Same thing with Glove Tard. I fucking made that up. The fucking War Tard. I made that up. You know what I'm saying? It keeps going on and on. It's just the point. Now, 2012 I got on because of, like I said, the politics. I got tired of it, and everybody spoke strongly on that. Now there was a war. This shit is like Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, in a galaxy, or in or many fight forums far far away, or in a sport far far away, there was a war. You know what I'm saying? There was a war. During that war, it became really racial. You feel what I'm saying? It became really racial. A lot of uploaders that were on there before anybody on here, even myself, were highly disrespected. Now, whether you guys wanna agree with me or not, you don't have to, but this is facts. A lot of innovators that have created this, the ones that were talking boxing for a very long time were disrespected behind this. I myself had to take a stand, and especially for the sport of boxing, because I used to love boxing. So I come out and I start dropping my knowledge and what I know, and I get a good following. And next thing you know, I'm being followed in England, I'm being followed in India, I'm being followed in I just found out Shanghai, and yo, it's fucking crazy. So it is what it is. I may have 500 and something followers on here, but when you look at my other social media platforms, it is what it is, and I'm very grateful for that. Now, I've always given props, to a couple of YouTube innovators within the boxing community. And the first one I'm always shouting out is Blood Boxing. I remember one time Blood Boxing called me, and you know what I'm saying? I was with my son and we were chilling and shit. Matter of fact, me and my son were hitting the pads, and Blood Boxing calls. I'm like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Hello?" He's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh shit, Blood Boxing?" He was like, "Yeah, it's Blood, it's me." I was like, "Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?" And it was a great thing. To me, it was a big thing because here I am, just starting to upload, and I'm uploading because of this gentleman, and many other great uploaders, and I've never changed my stance and never will. You know, the reason why I'm bringing Blood Boxing up is because he's a very important factor, to me. as an uploader, you know what I'm saying, and an innovator. I've always given them that platform and that respect. It is what it is, you know, and because there is proper etiquette to be given in this here. You know, you guys that just got on here and everybody that's been on that other shit, you guys didn't create this shit. It starts off with blood boxing. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, 97 rough. You know, may he rest in peace, Chris, and off the ropes, and it goes on and on. You know, but many of these gentlemen have been disrespected. Now, I for one always stood my ground. You know, I for one always got my respect from them because I've given them the respect. You know, we've disagreed on many levels, but never got out of it. So, reason why I'm bringing this up as well, blood boxing as well. No disrespect to you, my brother. Always, you know what I'm saying. And no matter what he does, you know, I can understand the reason why he's very upset because of what's been going on. You know, I'm more than sure that he never wanted this to go like this, as well as the other innovators as well. You know what I mean? I'm more than sure that they never wanted this to go this way. But you know, I have to. I can't fucking front. I mean, you know, from the Mayweather Pacquiao war, you know what I'm saying, and this it just became some bullshit. So my reason for bringing him up is because I've been seeing a lot of instigators trying to start a fucking fusion ball. And I'm gonna tell you something, don't start that shit because me and blood boxing, I have a very high respect for him. You know what I mean? You know, he let me out on his hangout before. He's even called, you know, my home. We've talked. You know what I'm saying? So there is, and there will never be any beefs with me and him, especially as well as Excalibur Excali. You know what I'm saying? 10 players. Like you know what I'm saying? Those guys, Zone 6, those guys there, you know, the official boxing has, whether you like them or not, I'm just letting you instigators know. Even if you're down with the YTBC, even if you're down with the LTBC, I don't care who you are. There will never be a beef. He has a high respect for me. I have a high respect for him. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's nothing that's being disrespectful. So when I have my beef with certain LDBC members that I have gone with before, and even those that were pariahs to them, you know, I'm more than sure that blood boxing and the other guys as well that follow me and understand me and have kicked it with me know that when I get at the other guys, those are the guys that are getting at me. Like this Dream Chaser boxing guy. You know, he made a reply video to a debate between me and D Style. You know what I'm saying? Peace to D Style boxing. So now it becomes a thing where you know, the same thing with the Mayweather Pacquiao. A newbie comes on, and all of a sudden it comes on to some shit where I'm a hater, where and I had completely stated that I'm not, and I continue to, and I continue to tell everyone and explain to everyone exactly why I don't like him. Not even like him as a human being, got nothing to do with it, but as to what he's doing with himself in his career and how he's carrying himself, I have an opinion just like everyone else, and I'm saying it. And when I rebut and make these videos getting at you guys is because you got at me, you know, calling me a racist, telling me that I don't follow American black fighters, but I just shut that down. And if you and I've been on a lot of fucking comment sections and have seen a lot of comments in many comment sections. I know who's who. You know what I'm saying? You know, Hawker Mustang's been like a senior commentator for a long time. Scorpio, I think 286, my man. What's going on, bro? Man, St. Cruising, you know what I mean? Yo, it goes on. There are a lot of, you know, commentators that have been on there for a long time, watching everyone's videos, you know. But it just gets to a point that you had other commentators that, or should I, you know what I'm saying, or should I say commenters that come on and okay, it's okay to give your opinion, but now the disrespect because of the way they felt. So these were casual. These were guys that didn't know the guidelines, didn't know the etiquette, didn't know what the rules within the sport of boxing and within the boxing community on YouTube. And even though many people put so many things out there and so many rules and guidelines, people tried and tried and tried and tried. And people tried to differentiate themselves and tell these viewers as well, listen, I'm not down with that. And no matter what, people with their agendas pulled other people in. You know what I'm saying? Now the senior, you know, and I call them senior because yes, the senior and the innovator, the uploaders, they're on a mission. They're doing what they're doing to represent their sport, to be heard, and I respect them, and I always will. But understand For you fucking instigators, stop trying to instigate shit between me and Blood Boxing, Excalibur, Excali, because you know, and everybody that follows me, and even them, and everybody knows that if I had a beef, I had something to say, you know what I'm saying? The same way I would want them to fucking call my name, they know goddamn well I would call theirs. You feel what I'm saying? But that would never be because we come from almost the same era, watching the same shit. So we understand. So we stay out of each other's way, and if we are going to approach each other on some shit, we do it in an adult manner. So you guys gotta respect Blood Boxing. You guys gotta respect Excalibur, Excali, and the others. You know what I'm saying? That have been on here for a while. Every time they give their opinion. Now understand. And even if you fucking guys know, and I'm talking to the subscribers or whoever you are subscribed to, and you find yourself, you gotta understand, man. You gotta give these guys their respect. Now it's okay to disagree or to agree to disagree, but this is the whole thing. The whole thing is respect. You feel what I'm saying? I have respected everybody. You know, I've even gotten to the point that okay, guys that I've fried, should I say, because it is what it is, and I'm not being braggadocious, but since I'm the truth, I'm going to say it. You know, guys that have video wars with me and stuff like that. You know, it's not a hate that I have for you. You know, guys may hate me, but I always made my peace with them. You can always see this. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like, okay, it's cool. Sometimes we still get at each other, but sometimes people step out of line, and it's always with me. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude, John Boxing, I never had anything to say, but since he wanted views and wanted to say shit, he got cooked, flambéed, and it was what it was. And now he's a pariah to the LDBC. Nobody even fucking talks to him. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like me, my whole stance on the LDBC is this: brothers, do your thing. If you feel like there's a certain agenda you need to take care of, fine, no doubt. But understand, everything is not racially based. This all depends on who you choose or who chose to come across to you with that fucking racial bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Personally, to me, it takes more of a man to just delete that fucking comment, block that fucking person, and just keep it moving. That's what I do. And I don't care what they say, because everybody will know whenever they run into that individual who follows me or follows you or the next uploader who I have respect for, that they know I have respect for and gives me respect as well. So my followers become their followers, and they're like, hold up, you talking about J.Cotto? Nah, chill, hold up. And they always let that other viewer or subscriber know, yo, you disrespecting, blah, blah, blah. You see, proper etiquette. There's proper etiquette within this shit, and people need to start giving that. I've always given it. So to the innovators, Blood Boxing, everybody else that I've mentioned, if you hear anything, be sure to understand that I've always been a man with you. Please be a man with me. If you hear anything that, J.Cotto said about, then let me the fuck know. And we can talk about it. But be careful, because there are a lot of fucking instigators. There's so many people that came up to me because they think that certain people said, and I never approach that person. I wait until that person says it, or that person approach me and tell me, yo, I got a problem with you, or whatever, right? That's the way it's done. So I don't pay attention to any of that shit. You know what I mean? I don't pay attention to any of that shit, because you and that person, or whoever, and that other person, he, she, he, whatever the fuck it be, you guys might have clashed heads, and you guys don't have that type of chemistry, but between you two, I can't choose. I'm going to be cool with both of yous, because I haven't gone through the same situations you two have gone through in order for myself to judge that way. Until that shit happens, hoping that it doesn't, I'm not going to do that to any of you. So that's just my stance. I've always been neutral. Everybody's been talking about, there is no neutral stance. Fuck yeah, there is. As a grown-ass man, nobody's fucking telling me where the fuck to stand. And me, as being the man and understanding that I have my own fucking lane and I respect others' lanes, I didn't care which way was going anyway. But since other guys from the LDBC, even guys from the YTBC, try to get at me, I had to take care of my own fucking business. You know, and scream their hashtag factions, whoever they were, simply because I had to take care of my reputation. I'm not gonna let nobody smear it because of their fucking opinion, which happens to be fucking bullshit most of the time. You know, There was one time, because me and Thunderdome, piece of Thunderdome, me and Thunderdome had some shit, whatever, and he came out with some shit, it was like a Pacquiao claim coming from Roger Mayweather's lips about, some shit that I said, and it was just a whole big misunderstanding. And all of a sudden, some of his following came over and started calling me a thief because they thought that because he said that I was ripping people off on shirts, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that, and charity funds and shit, but never started. You feel what I'm saying? So I came out with a video, of course. Look down my whole fucking list if you want to find it. It's just, man, I have history here with a lot of uploaders as well. You know what I mean? I also knew the late great Tito Garcia. You know what I mean? The king of the video roast. So, it's just coming to the point, man, that you can't go off and disrespect anybody. The reason why these guys are coming off on you is because you're coming at them, and I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I respect, one person more than the other. No, I give them the same mutual respect. You know, and that respect keeps building and building. To the point as to the way we treat each other and handle each other. So that's the way I'm keeping it. So I don't want nobody instigating on nothing simply because you don't like me and you down with something and you want to get everybody I don't play that shit. And on top of that, these men are intelligent. They will more than likely tell you, yo, I ain't got no type of problems with J.Cotto. Whatever the fuck you got with J.Cotto, you go and hash it out. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not out there trying to fucking nitpick anything that any of these gentlemen are saying because I respect their territory, I respect their craft and their art behind this shit, and they do me. You know what I mean? So that's just the way it is. So that was just for the instigators. If I offended anyone, that's not what I'm doing. I'm just basically letting people know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, if it wasn't for blood boxing, I would not, you know what I'm saying, be making videos because he had inspired me a while back, a very long time back. You know what I'm saying? Amongst two other fucking, you know what I'm saying, uploaders, 10 players and one more that no longer uploads. So I came up. with this hashtag come back to boxing because that's how it was with another a subscriber, and that's just the way it was. And I've gone through a lot of shit with fanboys telling me off, this and that, even with uploaders. You know what I'm saying? And it was what it was, and I held my own, and here I am. You know, 6 years later, here the fuck I am. Now, because I joined YouTube 6 years ago doesn't mean that I'm a casual. Because I've proven my boxing, you know what I'm saying, education, and I continue to. Not saying that I'm the shit, but I can hold my own. I've held debates, with others as well. My radio show, others radio show. I've been on many radio shows, and peace to Adam Forsey, Noble Sports, and I can't forget the Fight Guru. Fight Guru, if you come across this, you gotta holler at me, brother. I don't know what happened. We had miscommunication or whatever. You know what I mean? Holler at me. The Fight Guru was one man that, and I still respect. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother right there. Like, you know, he's the one that basically gave me the connects to continue to give the interviews that I used to do as well. So it was a dream, and he helped me out. He respected what I did, tell him the truth of boxing. To this day, I'm the same platform. I have the same content. Then I started adding other things on that. You know what I'm saying? Brosco is 45, and that has a little bit of his following. And talking with Tyson, comedy series, everybody likes that. And I'm just doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you see, like I said before, man, the reason why you see a lot of these little things that come up like commercials or whatever, I'm not getting AdSense for it. The people that I'm using the material for, if it's music or a sound bites or something, they're gonna get paid from that if other people watch it from that AdSense. So it's shit because it's not coming out of my pockets, right? So that's just the way it is. I've only gotten at people that have tried to get at me. You know what I'm saying? There were situations where people had something with me because they thought something, and at the end they always were wrong because they could have approached me another way or handled the situation another way. As well as people that follow me and the uploaders that follow me and know that I kicked it with them would also tell the other person, yo, you're bugging out, bro. You got at J.Cotto for no fucking reason, or you took this wrong. It's a long history. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of love for all my viewers, all my subscribers. You know what I mean? A lot have gotten off because look, a lot of a lot of subscribers and uploaders that are subscribed to channels, whatever it is that they're on, agenda, no agenda, whatever it is they're on, their own, whatever. It's just a lot of people can't handle truths. A lot of people listen to messages that are half witted, meaning they'll hear something. Let's just say it's a 5 minute message. They'll hear that message coming from the other person, and they'll only go about maybe 20 seconds. If that message is lucky, a minute, and they'll cut it off exactly where they didn't like the part that you said something. Depending how you started it off. If you started off with that fucking heat, that smoke, they're gonna turn it off right away. So that's the problem. As soon as you hear something you don't like, people want to cut that shit off instead of listening to the whole thing. You know? And then people have to come out with videos, and not me. Once I make a video, it is what it is. I said what I said. But I'm not the type to have problems here. Now this Anthony Joshua and this just like it was warming up with this Gennady Golovkin and this Canelo. Now this Joshua Wilder thing is happening now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, we have race wars, and some people have a right to stand behind it, and some people just jumped on a bandwagon, and that goes on both sides. You know, and me personally, like I said, if I have respect for you, you never got at me with that shit. I'm still standing as, you know what I'm saying, you know, you're a subscriber, and if you take me as, you know, as a friend or whatever, then I'm there for you as a friend as well, and that's it. And you know what I'm saying? But whatever you do and want to go with it, and you don't involve me or say anything about hashtag come back to boxing in the red gloves, it's not a problem. I just basically want to keep it boxing. Now, though, you know, I remember the first time I dropped a video, a response video to somebody, and it came out blasted because I had to let everybody know. Everybody knew I was a different fucking breed. This is why I don't have problems with nobody. People will make videos about me, bro, and they'll block me. And then I got to hear it from someone else. And then when I try to go see it, I can't see it or whatever. You know, and I really don't care. I really don't care. But this is what we're doing. So the reason why I'm getting at whoever's down with the LDBC trying to get at me is because I have to take a stance as a man and let you fucking know. And at the same time, criticize your way of thinking about me because, especially if I've made it loud and clear and everyone else understands it except you because you want to nitpick and try to make a point where there is a fucking dull point. So it is what it is, man. A lot of people don't have no communication skills. They have no understanding, and I understand that. They have selective understanding, but not full understanding. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking crazy. You know? You know, and I just gotta say, man, you had Precise Presenter doing whatever the fuck he was doing, but at the same time, yo, I gotta give the man props because the dude is like the Joker in this shit. He made people start a faction, like, you know what I'm saying? And hey, and now he's not here, but he left his dent within this shit. Whether he's called Bubbles or whatever the fuck, he left a mark here, just like Tito Garcia. May he rest in peace. The King of Roast videos, bro. When he would get at somebody, oh man, especially him, Precise Presenter, you know, before he passed, oh man, those are great. So understand that the new uploaders, whoever the fuck you're down with, this is not just you picking up a mic and talking shit like if you're talking to your boy. No, this is an art, man. This is a craft. You have to have talent. You have to know what you're doing here. It's like performing arts. You have to know exactly what you're doing here. You know, if you want people to pay attention, you have to pay to get that attention by being interesting, unbiased, and fair. which is unbiased. I look, I have tried to be fair down the line. Everybody knows how I am. You know what I mean? I've criticized Pacquiao, Joshua, everybody that I've rooted for. I've given you my reasons as to why I don't like Wilder, why I don't like Mayweather, and it has nothing to do with their skin tone. It has to do with the politics and the shit that they. Because, like I said, you guys are watching videos now from fights that I was watching when I was about yay high, talking about maybe what, 5 years old, 7 years old. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, things change, but like I said, and I say this a lot of times. I said this millions of times, man. I can say this with my eyes closed in my fucking sleep. Baseball, baseball, football is football. Certain rules have changed, but it's still what it is. So why can't boxing be that way? You feel what I'm saying? The greed got nothing to do with it because the greed stops like I said, man, once we stop. Hashtag come back to boxing is about this, the truth in the sport. And I've ruffled a couple of feathers only because of the truth, but that's not my fault because it's my opinion. And when people do their research, when I tell them to, they understand. This is why I hardly don't get any problems with anybody. Especially those that understand and are looking for the platform of the truth. And when they look at what I'm looking at, when these fights and all these negotiations and other shit happens, you know, all this, not even all of a sudden, they automatically become, and I welcome them with open arms, hashtag come back to boxing, you know, hashtag team debunked. So, like I said, this is a reintroduction of myself. And peace to the new subscribers, peace to the new listeners. If you're not subscribed, you know, if you want to subscribe, please do. If you don't, it's all good. You can just stop by and listen. It's all right. I'm not here about numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm ever since I've gotten on here, I've been the same. I will never change. Sometimes I give you shots of of my little studio that I have. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just go, how should we call this black screen? I fade the black and just give you the voice. Sometimes I'll give you the visuals with all the legends behind it, and I'll do that. Sport of boxing is basically a tradition in my family. Everybody who knows me from my grandfather, possibly to my great grandpa, but from my grandfather down to my father, down to me, down to my son. It goes. It's just this is something we sit down and we watch. But I can't with my grandfather, and my father, may they rest. Me and my son, though, and it is what it is. And from there on, my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, if God, grants me those years, it'll be the same thing. Just like everybody, baseball and what I'm saying, football, it's the same thing with me, but with boxing. And that's just the way it is, man. So now that we have an understanding, don't ever, and I'm talking to those from the LDBC, from the YTBC, don't ever question me. And if I have a debate with someone, no doubt, and you have a right to feel the way you feel, but don't be fucking arrogant and stupid about it and make a video like Dream fucking Cockboxing did, and you know what I'm saying? After you on my channel and told me and just because I said something about Wilder, because everybody knows that you fucking, you know what I'm saying, run train with his fucking name with the rest of your fucking cronies, whoever, and those are the ones that are talking shit about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking to everybody in the fucking community. I want everybody to have selective understanding. I want everybody to have mutual understanding. That I'm only talking to those within that faction. Now, if you guys are like, oh, you fuck with him, you fuck with me, then yo, so be it. But understand that I was not speaking to you. As a grown man, I expect to fucking apply myself and to the other person as a grown ass fucking man too. So if it's a one-on-one thing, then let it be. If not, then fuck it. Be the coward and get at me too. I don't really care. I can handle myself here. It's not a problem. Verbally, physically, whatever. Not talking shit. I'm just letting people know, man. Back the fuck off. Stay in your lane. Anything else that comes along with that describes that. Because, you know what I'm saying? Just like I don't want problems, kid. Your niggas don't want the problems, bro. In this social media shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth. It's not worth something that you know what I'm saying. You know, especially if it has history. You know, to lose to. And I have a lot of credibility and validation by others. And even though I don't need it, but you know, as a precaution, yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit, bro. What's going on, and it's all about disrespect, and people have to start respecting each other, man. So to all them instigators and which are the ones that don't know me, you know, and that are quick to fly off the edge because I ruffled their feathers with the truth. Hey, listen, this is what it is. It's always been like this. If you don't like my content and it ruffles your theories and your agendas, and then you know what? Do not watch me. If you've become one of those that wants to go and have another agenda beside or create one, then do what you gotta do. Unsubscribe from me and go. Hey, listen, do what you got to do, but understand. Don't try to get at me and try to feed me that bullshit because I never tried to stop you and try to persuade you to do anything. You have free will. So be it. But don't put me into your misunderstanding and shit to your new understanding of whatever the fuck you want to have belief in now. That got nothing to do with me. So I should not be getting any type of negative feedback. Regardless how you stand on it, because of his skin tone, because he's your favorite fighter, because you fucking have some fucking type of obsession with him, I don't give a fuck. My opinion is my opinion. I'm gonna speak it. Now, if I add you into the mix, it was possibly because you said something out your fucking face about me first, and I had to respond. But it will never be me putting somebody else in first on some bullshit for no fucking reason, because that's not how I fucking roll. So there's the reintroduction to those fucking instigators out there that want to start shit with other people that have respect for each other. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to discombobulate a lot of things. It's not what you're thinking. To those that are listening to those fucking mice squeaking, understand, exterminate that shit. You know what I mean? Have a clean fucking relationship with me, because it's not even about that. And you guys know I'm a man. I treat you like men. If I had anything to fucking say or put out there in social media about you, I'd be fucking saying it. You know what I mean? So just like I'm doing, I would expect you gentlemen that have respect for me and I respect you to tell those guys that are down with y'all from either factions, as soon as you hear my name, J.Cotto, because I have done it with you, tell them, yo, go that way with that shit, man. I got nothing to do with that. Oh yeah, he said something about me? Alright, I'll see this. And reach out to me. And ask me. But don't be quick to blast me off because people are down with you. Because let me tell you something, if you knew me before them, you know what I'm saying? Or yeah, it's evident you're gonna have to try to give me the respect now and ask me yourself. Not just go on some he said, fucking she said, and she said as to them being fucking transformers, aka transsexuals, and just fucking being faggots about it and trying to run to people, tell them false things and accusing me falsely on shit that I didn't even fucking say. It wouldn't even conjure up. So I would deserve that respect. Same thing here. If I heard anything, and everybody knows who I'm talking about, it had happened before with certain people, and I was the first one to run to the first people, and yo, this person said, is this true, though? All right, so we're gonna confront this shit. And out the window it went, and out the fucking door went the instigator. I'm a grown man, and I treat people the way I would like to be treated. You know what I'm saying? So if you just got on to my channel and you ran into videos first with me insulting people, I'm only like that because I'm rebutting. And you would, if you listen to the whole video, whether it's fighter, sanctioning body, uploader, subscriber, I get at anybody who gets at me. So if you do that, this is the only thing I'm asking of you guys. Listen to the video first in order to get my understanding on the situation. You know? It's sort of like, let me finish. Otherwise, in that fight, fans, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining my channel. My name is J.Cotto. Hashtag come back to boxing. Hashtag the red gloves. Hashtag MOBC. Yeah, gotta keep that in there. Otherwise, in that, God bless. Stay vigilant. Peace.